$100? It was a very generous offer, sir, but his medical bills are low.
Oh, so extortion is the name of your little game, is it, Simpson? Very well. Then you get nothing. I have the finest lawyers in Springfield, Simpson. Tangle with me, and I'll crush you like a paper cup. Throw him out, Smithers!
You don't have to do that, Mr. Burns. I can throw myself out.
Okay. Lot to unpack there. First off, why does this man have 8 attorneys? Hey guys, it's Michaela, and welcome back to another reaction video. In today's video, I will be reacting to The Simpsons Season 2, Episode 10, Bart Gets Hit by a Car. And the description is, after Bart gets hit by a car driven by Mr. Burns, Homer is manipulated by ambulance chaser Lionel Hutz into bringing an outrageous lawsuit against his boss. And I am so extra excited for today's video because this is what I literally do in real life. In case you're new here, as I said, my name is Michaela. I am a real life lawyer who loves making reaction videos here on YouTube. There is a plethora of legal content ingrained within your everyday TV shows that a lot of people don't realize, and I love breaking them down, analyzing them, and just enjoying the content for its entertainment purposes. And in this episode of The Simpsons, there's going to be a civil lawsuit for a motor vehicle accident, which again, these are the cases that I do every single day as a personal injury lawyer, so I am extra stoked. For a little bit more context, I will admit I have never seen a full episode of The Simpsons, so these are going to be my real, raw, unbiased reactions. I have no attachment to these characters, okay? This show came out in 1989, so a little bit before my time, but I obviously understand its cultural significance. The Simpsons is a massive freaking show, and I am so excited to see an episode. And a huge thank you to whoever requested we react to this episode. But before we get into it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified of when I post new videos. And with that, ladies and gents, let's dive into it. You know, I don't know what I expected the Simpsons theme song to sound like. Okay, this sounds more familiar. The Simpsons part of the beginning, don't recall that. That's Bart, I know that. He's the child, the victim, if you will. That's Homer, okay. How have I never seen this intro before? None of this looks familiar. I'm curious to see if it changed over time because I'm pretty sure this show was on air for quite a while. And this is only season 2, so maybe it evolved, if you will. But the art style is so old looking. I love it. I love it. Nostalgic, you know what I mean? Wait, this isn't even is this the intro to the episode or is this the intro to the show? Oh, so they are almost getting hit by cars in every intro. Okay, okay. Not a great precedent we're starting with. Okay, he's on the sidewalk. Wet cement, not great. He's in the street. We're back on the sidewalk. Did he get hit by the car?
I think the boy's hurt.
That's a crosswalk.
Crying out loud.
I saw a crosswalk.
Let's get going. I think we should call an ambulance, sir.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, he's in a crosswalk as we speak. What do you mean? What do you mean give him a nickel and let's move on with our day? Here's the thing, guys. Jaywalking is a crime. As we are probably all aware, jaywalking just means you are walking in a place where pedestrians are not supposed to be, like in the street. However, people jaywalk all the time, literally everywhere. It's never a problem. People don't really get arrested for it, or they shouldn't be, at least, you know, whatever. But if you are in a crosswalk, you have the right of way unless it is one of those crosswalks with the hand signal and then the person walking signal, that's a different story. That does not appear to be the case here. Now, I haven't seen any signals. Maybe there are some that are not visible in this scene right this second. But Mans is in a crosswalk, point blank, period. His feet are in the crosswalk while he fell. Like, he already has an excellent case. Whoever this freaking clown is literally just hit a child on a skateboard and is trying to offer to pay him off with a nickel? Jail. Okay.
I think we should call an ambulance, sir.
Dude, dude.
You should absolutely call an ambulance. Yeah.
Hey,
he's
cool,
unconscious.
I'm
Oh,
dead.
he's dead. Oh, he's dead. Whoa. 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 Wrongful
Please
death
hold
case?
on to the handrail.
Is that the
Do not
staircase to
spit
heaven?
over the side.
Right!
Por favor,
Right.
aguántese en la baranda. No escupas en los labios.
Inheritance. Great Grandpa Simpson.
Spanish
Please
translation?
hold on to the handrail.
Snowball.
Do not
I have so many
spit over
questions,
the
not the
side.
cat.
We told you to
Surely
hold
this
on
man
to
did
the
not
handrail.
die.
We asked you not to spit over the side. Le dijimos que se aguante.
Why are we in hell now? What is going on?
Howdy, stranger.
I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm the devil.
I don't know if
And
I
you've
knew the
earned
children in the show
eternal damnation
cuss,
for your
but
lifetime of evil
wasn't
deeds,
expecting
Bart.
that.
Spitting off the escalator just clinched it.
Hey, I'm innocent, man.
Innocent. Everybody's innocent. Okay, let's just pull up your file.
Until
here.
proven guilty.
Okay. Seems to be a mistake. According to this, you're not due to arrive here until the next time the Yankees win the pennant. That's nearly a century from now. Boy, is my face red.
Bart? Bart!
Oh, so he's not
Say,
dead.
Is there anything I can do to avoid coming back here?
Oh,
Bart,
sure.
no,
yeah,
go
but,
back. We have
you
a
would
case
like
to
it.
pursue.
Okay. See you later then.
Goodbye, Bart. Remember, lie, cheat, steal, and listen to heavy metal music.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. If only this show knew the type of music we would have today. Heavy metal is not the worst of it anymore. Okay, we're in the hospital. We're in the hospital. Gorgeous.
For a minute, you gone away from us.
I did go
Amazing.
away, Mom. I was miles and miles and miles away, writhing in agony in the pits of hell. And you were there. And you, and you, and you. You I've never seen before.
Hey, yeah, who are you? I saw you
Is that the
chasing
lawyer?
Bart's ambulance.
Hutz is the name, Mr. Simpson. Lionel Hutz, attorney at law. Here's my card. It turns into a sponge when you put it in water.
Ooh, classy.
Okay, Mr. Hutz. Hold on a second. First, I want to start off by saying, assuming this is the same day as the collision, excellent, okay? You want to get to the hospital as soon as possible after you are involved in an accident if you need medical care. If you're not injured, cool. This guy was clearly injured. He basically died on the ground for a few seconds. So them getting him to a hospital is going to be so excellent for helping substantiate his medical damages. Second, in case you guys did not know, while lawyers do have to follow the same laws that non-lawyers do, lawyers also have a completely separate set of ethics rules that they must follow as well. And in most states, what Mr. Hutz, what Attorney Hutz is doing is called solicitation. Solicitation has very specific rules and regulations in how you can obtain clients, and what he is doing is rule number one of what you cannot do. You cannot literally or figuratively chase an ambulance, follow a victim to a hospital, and then solicit your services to them. That is, first of all, creepy, but second of all, unethical. There are some exceptions, as there is with every law. You may be able to solicit in person if there is a prior relationship between you and the prospective client. From what I'm seeing, considering he's giving them his card, it's appearing as if he's meeting these people for the first time, and I do not believe there is a prior relationship between him and Bart. Already against the rules. Not to mention, Bart literally pointed at him and said, "I've never seen you before." Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay.
I'd like to talk to you about bringing legal action against the fiend who did this to your boy.
Well,
fiend?
the fiend who did this to my boy is my boss, and besides, the doctor says it's just a bump on the head and a broken toe, nothing serious.
Doctors. Doctors are idiots. There's no telling what kind of permanent injuries he might have. You might have to wait on him hand and foot for the rest of his natural life.
Oh,
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. So first of all, the at-fault driver being Homer's boss is not ideal. However, it does not prevent him from bringing a lawsuit against him. He committed a wrong. There needs to be recourse. Now, this is when we get into weighing the cost versus the benefit, okay? If he has a bump on his head and a broken toe, those are injuries. They are injuries. However, you should probably just make an insurance claim. That's probably covered, assuming, okay, and I don't want to get too in the weeds with this. Assuming that Mr. Burns, the at-fault driver, has bodily injury coverage. And listen, guys, that I don't want to get too deep, but basically, you probably don't need to file an entire lawsuit, right? In the civil litigation world, there is pre-suit and there is litigation. This 100% seems like it can be settled in pre-suit. The injuries don't appear to be devastating. I don't feel like a lawsuit needs to be filed. I'm sure Attorney Hutz will disagree, but let's see.
That's the downside. Now here's the good part. You can ching, 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 cash in on this tragedy. Wow.
excuse me, Mr. Hutz. Are you a shyster?
How does a nice little girl like you know a big word like that?
Mr. Hutz, this is hardly the time or place to discuss this.
You're right, you're right. When you
Yes.
feel up to it, come over to my office and we'll talk about it. Lionel Hutz, attorney at law. What's that, a broken neck? Great!
Hello,
Oh my
Dr. Hibbert.
God.
Hello, Lisa. Well, we've got a nasty bump on our head, haven't we?
Ow! Quit it.
And a little tiny
That could
broken
be a
toe.
traumatic brain
Ow,
injury.
Quit it.
Is he well enough for me to start mothering him unbearably, Doctor?
Better let him rest up a while first.
Hey, Simpson, I heard...
Okay, so taking a second there, Hutz is very clearly a terrible, terrible attorney. You saw him chasing after a different person in a hospital bed. These are the attorneys that give attorneys like me a bad name, okay? We are not all like this. In fact, I'd argue most of us aren't. I don't really think in 2025 people are physically chasing ambulances anymore. But I digress. All jokes aside, what the Simpson family should do is monitor Bart, continue to observe him, potentially take him to a neurologist because he did lose consciousness. He has a bump on his head, so there is a traumatic brain injury, even if it is minor, okay? Some people believe that minor TBIs are not even a thing, but let's be honest, there's obviously a difference between a bump on your head and losing consciousness for 5 minutes and having actual brain damage that is permanent and forever lasting. Listen, all of this is not medical advice. All of this is not legal advice. I probably should just slide that in there, okay? I'm just giving you guys the facts.
I heard Mr. Burns crushed your boy.
Yeah. If I wasn't so spineless, I'd march into Mr. Burns' office right now and...
Simpson! Mr. Burns wants you to march into his office right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, are you gonna offer him a dime?
At last we meet.
Are those
It's
his
nice
lawyers?
to meet you too, sir.
Yes. My attorneys have advised me to pay you for running over your child, so I'm cutting you a check.
Really? Great.
Yes.
Wow.
$100. Yes. Of course,
Oh.
you'll have to sign a waiver relinquishing your right to sue and so forth. Merely a formality.
$100? Why, it was a very generous offer, sir, but his medical bills alone...
Oh, so extortion is the name of your little game, is it, Simpson? Very well. Then you get nothing. I have the finest lawyers in Springfield, Simpson. Tangle with me, and I'll crush you like a paper cup. Throw him out, Smithers!
You don't have to do that, Mr. Burns. I can throw myself out.
Okay. Lot to unpack there. First off, why does this man have 8 attorneys? That seems a little excessive if you ask me. And if you can afford to pay 8 lawyers, I think you can afford more than $100. However, okay, what he just made was an offer to settle. At least he's talking. At least there is a number on the table. And all of the formalities he mentioned about Homer having to sign documentation saying he has no right to sue, he's not going to sue, there's no fault, blah, 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 blah. That is true. It's called a release of liability. However, Homer said F no. $100? What he was probably about to say is his medical bills are way over that before he was rudely interrupted, and he didn't take the bait. He did not accept the offer, and it sounds like we are actually going to get into a lawsuit here, which is very interesting. I am very excited to see how this pans out.
Ooh, Lionel Hutz.
That's actually kind of iconic, the sponge.
Right in here, Mr. Simpson. Any calls, Della?
Calls? Oh, calls, yes. The Supreme Court called again. They need your help on some freedom thing.
Tell them to sit tight. I'll get back to them. This way, Mr. Simpson.
You sure have got some education, Mr. Hutz.
Yes, Harvard, Yale, MIT, Oxford, the Sorbonne, the Louvre.
Why?
Oh.
What?
Oh, well. Mr. Simpson, the state bar forbids me from promising you a big cash settlement. But just between you and me, I promise you a big cash settlement.
You
My fee is
can't
50%.
do that.
50%?
You'll be getting more than just a
50%?
lawyer, Mr. Simpson. You'll also be getting this exquisite faux pearl necklace, a $99
Oh my God.
value, as our gift to you.
Well, I don't know. You and I might have
I don't even
different
know where to-
ideas about just how big a big cash settlement is.
$1 million?
Whoa! Oh,
You
I
can't-
stand corrected. $1
This is
million
not-
bucks is A-okay.
Okay, no. First of all, he's clearly aware of the state's rules because he mentioned them. But then he ignored them. Oh, God. I practice in Florida, so I am going to speak to Florida, though many states are very similar, if not identical. 50% is absolutely not going to fly, okay? Typically, before a lawsuit is filed, again, going back to that pre-suit that I mentioned earlier, the fees are 33 1/3%. So whatever recovery the attorney obtains, they get 1/3 of that as the attorney's fees. If the case moves into litigation and you have to file a lawsuit because it did not settle in pre-suit, again, had Homer accepted that $100, it would have been a pre-suit. I mean, there wouldn't have been a lawyer involved, but you guys see what I'm saying. That would have been a pre-suit settlement. If that doesn't happen and you have to file a lawsuit, the fees typically go up to 40%. But 50 is very difficult, if not impossible most times to get. You have to go to the court and get special permission for that because the court's gonna be like, why do you need 50%? The rules are 40. Why do you need more than, what are you doing to warrant 10 additional percent over what is standard? Do we think Hutz is going to get the court's permission for that? Say it with me. Hell no, as said by the child earlier. The ethics in this man are non-existent. They have left the building, and I am very concerned for what is coming.
Now we'll get a real doctor's opinion.
Bad news.
Oh my God!
Your son is a very sick boy. Just look at the x-rays. You see that dark spot there? Whiplash.
Whiplash? Oh, no.
And this
Whiplash is a
smudge
serious
here
injury.
That looks
It's a
like
genuine
my
injury.
fingerprint? No, that's trauma.
Am I
Traumatic
gonna
brain
die?
injury.
Yes, son. You're good.
Homer?
No, of course you're not going to die. Everything's fine.
Will I ever play baseball again?
No!
But
It's not
I
funny.
played baseball this morning.
That's right, he
Guys,
did.
stop laughing.
Excuse me, but Dr. Hibbert
Wait.
has been our family physician for years, and he thought Bart was fine.
No, Doc.
Wait. This morning? Okay, see, now I need to know if this is the same day. Assuming it's not the same day? Mans was playing baseball this morning. He's in a cast this afternoon. That's obviously sketchy. And you know what? I've done a lot of these reaction videos at this point. Very rarely are they accurate. This is very accurate in terms of every single thing you cannot do, okay? Now where we're going is Attorney Hutz has taken Bart to see what they call in the industry a hired gun, which are certain doctors that you know you can pay to get them to say whatever you need them to say. The plaintiff side has hired guns, and don't get me wrong, the defense side absolutely has hired guns, okay? It would just be the opposite. Somebody would be extremely hurt, and then the defense has their doctor evaluate them to say that they're perfectly fine and everything was pre-existing. Anyways, if Homeboy was playing baseball this morning, he's clearly fine. I'm not gonna go too deep into these because this video, I could make this video an hour and a half long with everything I have to say, but just know every single thing that's happened so far is bad. Bad.
No, Dr. Hibbert from Johns Hopkins Medical School.
With all due respect, Mrs. Simpson, you're not a doctor. The boy's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. The only person in this room who even comes close is this man.
Stop!
Who even comes close?
Me.
Doctor, are you sure there isn't a little soft tissue trauma in the facial area?
Oh, yeah. Tons of it. Just say when.
God.
$1
Oh
million.
my God.
Smithers, I want this Homer J. Simpson fired.
Do you think that's wise, Mr. Burns?
Retaliation.
I mean, think of the
Can't do that.
headlines.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that.
Yeah? Ooh. What about the headlines?
Well, the press might be critical of you for firing the crippled boy's father so soon after the accident.
Well, all right then. I don't want to seem like an ogre. I'll bide my time. Let him twist in the wind, slowly, slowly. And then, when the papers have found their new flavor of the month, you'll find out this cat has claws!
Good thinking, sir.
Now,
Not a
let's
terrible
go-
strategy. What you guys saw him holding up was a demand letter or an offer to settle. So clearly Attorney Hutz sent Mr. Burns' attorneys a demand letter demanding $1 million in full and final settlement of the claim, okay? And you saw his reaction. He said, absolutely the fork not. So now the negotiations begin, and if they cannot come to some sort of middle ground, then I presume there will be a trial. Or, because it's TV, we may just skip straight to the trial.
Now, let's pretend you're on the witness stand. How are you, Bart?
Fine.
Oh, fine. Isn't that nice? Bart says he's fine.
Wrong! You are not fine! You are in constant pain!
I am in constant pain.
Dad, may I please make an observation?
Oh, what is it?
I think this is all a charade to make Bart look more injured than he really is.
Well, maybe Lisa does have a point. I don't mind you boys doing this in the living room, but in court, doesn't Bart have to tell the truth?
Yeah, but what is truth, if you follow me? Now, Bart, can you roll your eyes back in your head like this?
Oh, you mean like I'm dead? Yeah, sure.
The kid's a pro.
Springfield Municipal
I
Court
am
is now in
horrified.
session. Judge Moulton presiding.
Horrified.
Your Honor,
Okay,
my client has
we're in the
instructed
trial.
me to remind the court how rich and important he is, and that he is not like other men.
I should be able to run over as many kids as I want.
Mr. Burns, I must warn you that if you continue to disrupt the court in this way, I will have to cite you for contempt.
You wouldn't dare.
Well, no, I guess I wouldn't.
Calling Bartholomew J.
Oh
Simpson.
my God. Oh, the pain. Okay, so first of all, we saw that the jury is already in the room, which means Mr. Burns just exclaimed that he should be able to run over as many children as he wants in front of the jury. And what people don't realize, nobody's opinion really matters besides the jury's. You could have the best case in the world, the worst case in the world, but as long as you get the jury to believe you, you're golden. Why would you say that in front of them? Why would you? He's not thinking. Okay. And then the judge did the right thing by threatening to hold him in contempt, but then backtracked because he's a little beach, okay? I don't know. Oh, the frustration. Why can't we ever have a good judge? In any of these shows, video games, anything, why can't we just have a good judge? That's all I ask.
Bartholomew J. Simpson to the stand.
Oh,
my God, this is...
Hello, Bart. Now, you know the difference between telling the truth and telling a lie, don't you,
He's
son?
a child, so they have to do
Maybe.
this.
Uh-huh. Well, you wouldn't lie to the United States, would you, Bart?
Maybe.
No.
Good. Proceed, Mr. Hutz.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is embarrassing,
Now,
dude.
Bart, I want you
Holy
to tell
crap.
the jury in your own words exactly what happened on the day of the accident.
Yes, sir. It was a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I was playing in my wholesome childlike way, little realizing that I was about to be struck down by the luxury car of death.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I have so much to say. First of all, I think this boy is 10. So he would not be speaking this way. Maybe he would. I don't watch the show. Maybe he's a freaking genius. But what are you saying? What are you talking about? Second of all, that is more appropriate for an opening statement when you're talking to the jury. The attorney is talking to the jury and telling them what happened. This does not sound like it would naturally come out of a child's mouth. Third of all, the luxury car of death. I don't know well, I do know whose side I'm on. I mean, I'm on neither of their sides. Both sides have terrible people on them, but the defense should have absolutely objected to substantially more prejudicial than probative, okay? The luxury car of death implies there was death. There was not death. They are only saying that to inflict emotions upon the jury. It should be stricken. And I rest my case, Your Honor.
Defenseless trial to 3 o'clock.
Oh my God!
Luckily, I was not killed that day. Although sometimes I wish I had been.
No, he's lying.
Now that's believable testimony.
Now, Mr. Burns, would you please relate in your own words exactly what really happened on the day of the accident?
Okay,
Certainly.
let's see.
Oh, it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. I was driving to the orphanage to pass out toys. Suddenly, that incorrigible Simpson boy darted in front of me. Whoa! Yeah! Oh, please don't let me hit him.
Oh, so he hit
Oh,
the
my
car.
goodness. Look what's happened.
Oh, it's not important, sir. Let's drive on.
Why, you despicable, cold-blooded monster! Regardless of what you think, we must summon help and comfort the dear boy until an ambulance arrives. No!
Okay. No.
Take me!
No.
I'm old! That's what...
May I just say, God, I wish I had a plug for you guys, because this is the perfect time to remind everyone to please have a freaking dash cam, okay? If you're driving a car, please have a dash cam. It is for this reason. It is so people can not just make up stories about how accidents happened and then lie on you. Get a dash cam. You know what? I'm gonna link the dash cam I have in the description box. I'm not sponsored. I just want y'all to remain safe. Oh, God.
That's what happened.
Oh, good. No one believes him.
What are you looking at me like
Excellent.
that for? You believed his cock and bull story?
It's looking good, Mr. Simpson. It's looking very, very good.
They hate me? Well, what trial were you watching?
Maybe a settlement.
Oh, yes, settlement. Fine. Hang your heads in shame. You overpriced, underbrand, glorified notary publics. Just get that big ape to my house tonight, and we'll buy him off with a banana or two. And that ugly customer was the last Indonesian rhino on Earth.
I didn't know you liked animals.
No, I don't like everything about them.
So
Just their heads.
funny. Oh my God.
Well, would you care for some wine, old buddy?
Don't mind if I
Just
do.
heard that.
Go. Bottoms up, Simpson.
the wine
There's
spiked?
plenty more where
Jesus
that came
Christ.
from.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Burns, are you trying to get me drunk?
Yes. Now then, Homer, our old chum, I'm sure you agree with me that this trial is an affront to our collective dignity. What do you say we settle this man to man?
You mean duke
Okay.
it out?
Oh, no.
No. I mean, I'm prepared to offer you a most generous cash settlement. A princely...
Okay. So this happens all the time where there are settlements made during the trial, okay? Because once you get into the trial, everybody knows if you're a trial attorney, juries are very unpredictable. As I mentioned earlier, you can have the best, most rock solid, evidence-filled case in the world. But if you can't prove it to the jury, if the jury doesn't believe you, if the jury doesn't like you, whatever it is, it might not pan out in your favor. So during the trial, as both sides are starting to question, oh, is the jury leaning toward me? Are they leaning toward them? Maybe we should just settle. It could benefit everyone. The defense potentially ends up paying less than they would if they got a verdict against them. And the plaintiffs end up getting guaranteed money that they may not have gotten if the jury gave a verdict against them. So what you guys are seeing is very common. I am very curious to see what his next offer is going to be, though, since his previous offer was $100.
A handsome sum that can end this little imbroglio once and for all.
$500. Brother.
$100,000.
So $250 because
Don't answer me
500,000.
now. Relax, talk it over with the missus, soak in the opulence of your surroundings, and dream of what might be.
Oh, I can't read.
Smithers,
I
let's
thought
go
that said
pat on my nose.
500. Yo,
How much? What do you think?
500K.
Maybe we should take his money and put all this ugliness behind us.
Yes! Oh!
Fishes in the pen.
What do you
Please
think,
take
Homer?
it. Please
I'll
take
tell you
it.
what I
Please
think.
take it.
I think
Please
he
take
thinks
it.
I'm an idiot. The only reason he's offering us this is because he knows he's gonna lose the trial and have to pay us a cool $1,000,000.
I feel faint.
$500,000. I spit on his $500,000.
Homer, what's happened to you? All this greediness and lying and shifty lawyers and phony doctors.
I'm at a loss for words.
Do you know what I'd settle for if it was up to me? Bart's medical bills and an apology.
And you won't even get that. Sorry, offer's expired. I guess we'll just have to let the jury decide. 12 good men and true. Good day. Smithers release the hounds.
Oh my God! 500K for what? Why would you not take that? Oh, the pain. And you know what this part of the show really emphasizes? At the end of the day, the injured, the clients, are the ones in charge, okay? Us attorneys just work on their behalf, but I nor Hutz can settle a case on behalf of our client without the client's permission, without the client agreeing to settle it. So even if the attorney thinks it's an excellent freaking offer, you're never going to see another offer like this. And if you go to verdict, you could lose. So you should take this offer, and the client doesn't want to, it doesn't matter. Offer denied. See you in trial. Oh, the pain. The pain.
Your Honor, I would like to call to the stand Mrs. Homer J. Simpson.
Oh, God, yeah. It's all downhill from here. It's all downhill. Yeah, they're forked. They're forked. 100% forked.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I
She's
do.
being placed under oath, so she can't lie.
Seriously.
Oh, the truth.
It's an oath, so you should take it seriously.
Mrs. Simpson, does the name Julius Hibbert mean anything to you?
Yes. He's been our family physician and trusted friend ever since the day I became a mother.
We should have just
He's seen
taken
us through
it.
everything, from colds to impetigo, with competence and loving care.
But wait a minute. I'm confused. This court heard expert testimony from one Dr. Nick Riviera. What is your opinion of him? Mrs. Simpson?
I'm sorry, but my mother always said if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Will that hold up in court?
No, I've tried it before.
Mrs. Simpson, what is your opinion
the
of
question.
Dr. Riviera? And let me remind you that you're
She
under
has
oath.
to answer the question.
Well, to be honest, he seemed a lot more concerned about wrapping Bart in bandages than in making him feel better. And he mispronounced words that even I know, like abdomen. And his office was dirty. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure he's even a doctor.
And Mrs. Simpson, could you describe for us in your own words Bart's intense mental anguish and suffering?
Well, I don't know how intense it was.
Uh-huh.
But, well, I guess he did miss 3 days of school.
Oh, 3
Although
days.
he doesn't really like school all that much.
No.
So I guess that may not count as anguish.
No, it doesn't.
Too honest.
Well, it
Too
wasn't all hard
honest.
on me having him around the house all
Yes.
that time.
Could you put a dollar
That's a different
amount on
claim.
all these hardships?
Well, we pay Bart $5 a week to take out the trash. I suppose if he'd been able to do it that week, we might have given him the $5.
$5?
Oh my God.
But
Oh
your
my
lawyer,
God. Oh my
assuming he
God.
is a lawyer, is asking for $1 million. Well, we can't blame them for trying, can we? Thank you very much, Mrs. Simpson.
No, Marv.
I'm going to write a
What
figure
were
on this
you
piece of paper.
expecting?
It's not quite as large as the last one, but I think you'll find it fair.
I think we should take it.
$1 million. My wife cost me $1 million.
Homer,
It was
would you
not
like some
your
more
wife.
macaroni and cheese?
Are you
Yeah,
kidding
$1
me?
million worth, you treacherous snake woman. Oh, thank you.
Some string beans?
No, I don't want any string beans either, you two-timing, backstabbing. Uh-oh, better answer. Oh, thank you.
Some celery with cream cheese on it.
Just mouth polite nothings. Oh, thank you.
You know what would have really been cool? If we got that $1 million.
Bart, please.
What? We could have bought tons of great stuff, Mom. Maids, a pool, fancy sweaters. Stop me if I'm wrong.
Marge, dear, would it be all right if I went over to Moe's for a drink?
Sure.
I don't know if I'll ever come back here. Good night.
My woman's intuition is telling me something. I wonder what... Oh, my God.
Okay, wait. Am I correct in my recollection that Homer is the one who didn't want to take the 500,000 and he's blaming his wife? Oh my God. The audacity is audacity-ing, okay? What is wrong with you, dude? What is actually wrong with you?
Well, that's it. I guess this is the class I'm gonna die in.
Nah, you're better off. Rich people aren't happy. From the day they're born to the day they die, they think they're happy, but trust me, they ain't.
I'd rather be rich and unhappy than poor and unhappy. I never understood that argument, personally.
Chick.
And it's not even ladies' night.
Hey, guys, knock it off. It's just my wife.
Well, hello.
It's just my wife? Excuse me? Oh, I'm walking out. I'm strutting
I'd like you to
out.
forgive me for doing the right thing.
Oh, Marge.
We've squandered over money before. Never this much. I mean, I know this is different than that time I washed your pants with a 20 in the pocket, but
No. You
can
think
still
this is
spend
about
that.
money? Well, it's not. It's
Yes,
worse,
it is.
Marge. I'm afraid that from now on, when I look at you, I'm not going to see the wife by my side or the mother of my children. I'm just going to see the dame who blew my one big chance.
What are you saying, Homer?
I'm
Your
saying
one big
she's been
chance?
your wife for 10 years. You've had 3 children together. It's time to be honest with her. I'm not sure I love you anymore. But don't worry, I'll never let on. I'll still do all the bed stuff. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Oh, my Lord. Well, I don't want to wait another minute to find out whether you love me anymore. I think that you should look me in the eyes and find out.
No.
Homer.
What is happening?
Look at me.
What is happening?
Look at her if it'll shut her up. Start with the feet. Still angry. Good. Good, Homer, good. This is tough. Need refreshment. Oh, good old trustworthy beer. My love for you will never die. All right. Gotta look at the wife straight in the eyes and tell her... Oh, who am I kidding? I love you more than ever.
I love you, too.
Sorry to scare you like that, babe.
Okay, everybody, for the next 15 minutes, 1/3 off on every picture. I want per customer.
I have one word for what we just witnessed. Jail. Homer, jail. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? But at least at the end of the day, I suppose he learned his lesson, which is that family over everything. Family over money, that family matter. I don't know what to take from that. That was a crazy ending.
I want per customer, domestic beer only. Hey, no sharing.
What an adventure we all just went on together, you know? Very good show. I actually really enjoyed it. All of the elements were wrong. Wrong in terms of them doing the wrong thing, but right in terms of their accuracy to the most slimy, crusty, dusty lawyer you can think of. I stand by the fact that most of us are not like that. All I know is I am not like that. That is how I sleep at night. But either way, this episode was so entertaining, so enjoyable. I hope you guys learned something and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, again, be sure to subscribe for more reaction videos in the future. Do not forget to shop MissBoss.com in the meantime. Leave a comment with whatever legal episodes you'd like to see me react to next, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye and go thrive.